How to build a prototype in 2025. So, me, I'm a very focused person when it comes to product. I think product is super important when it comes to building the tech industry. The great thing about 2025 is that it's become easier than ever to get to prototype. Back when I started, when I was creating EZOS for the first time, we were just printing off iPad screens, drawing screens from hand, and trying to figure out like, all right, how do we build this product that we're thinking about in our mind? How do we build this app that we build in our mind? And we were basically wireframing via hand. And then I kind of moved to and I progressed to some of the tools like Envision, and then I got into a little bit of Figma and Adobe, and even used some Canva when it came to prototyping. But now, better than ever, I think prototyping is easier than you could ever imagine. Right now, with AI tools out there, I'll tell you what AI tools I'm using, but with AI tools out there, you can go from an idea to a prototype in one prompt, right? And it takes 5 to 10 minutes to get it done. And this is something that you can have as a proof of concept. So when people come to me now and they're like, hey, I got this idea, I'm like, hey, go over here, put your thoughts in your mind out into a prompt, use this website, and get you an idea visually. And then take that visual concept, and then you can go see, all right, is this really going to be valuable? Go talk to people in the market, see if this is something that they can use, see if it's something they can't use. But yeah, so let's get to it. So I'm using Lovable right now. I think if you're not using Lovable, you should be using Lovable. I haven't tested any other tools, but I'm using a mix of like ChatGPT to Lovable to then Outcome. And there's actually a situation where if you have developers or if you have a background in coding, you can go from ChatGPT to Lovable to actually coding and getting out there, getting to a true back-end, front-end product pretty quickly. So, that's actually how we are starting to code with EZOS right now, is instead of me trying to verbalize like, this is what I want this to look like, or this is what I want this to do, I'll do all the work when it comes to building out the front end prototype of what I want this feature to do, and then I'll hand it over to the dev team to take it from there. So yeah, it's interesting. But let's go through it step by step. So ChatGPT, what do we want to do? We want to basically use ChatGPT, and I'll recommend using voice to do this, because it's easier for me, it's easier to think it and say it versus like typing it, just because there's a lot of different thoughts going through your head, it's not fully fleshed out. But if you put this into ChatGPT and say, hey, this is what I'm thinking, can you help me create a lovable prompt that will get this to a full high fidelity working website or app as much as possible being built out. And then get out the ChatGPT, let it give you the prompt out, copy and paste that prompt into Lovable, and then let Lovable take it from there. But that right there, that process of ChatGPT, create the prompt, take the prompt over to Lovable, copy and paste it into Lovable to an actual website, probably takes you 10 to 20 minutes, 10 to 20 max, and now you're looking at a full working, or not working, but a full functional web prototype that you can click around. Everything that I was doing when I was first using Envision and trying to show people what Easy Turn was going to look like before we had it officially finished. That process, back when I first started with EZOS, took me weeks and months to build out, when it came to like, all right, this is the screens I want, these are the designs I have to do. I had to build the design separately outside of Envision, upload them into Envision, click where I want this button to do, click what I want this button to do, click what I want this button to do. I mean, it would take weeks of building out, honestly. So now, in today's day and age, I'm able to create prototypes, create ideas, and get to like that level of like what I would consider to be a high fidelity wiring, high fidelity like prototype wiring. And I can get that in 10, 20 minutes. Like it's unbelievable to change from when I started in 2019 to what it is in 2025. But I would recommend anybody that started in 2025 with a tech idea to go with that process. ChatGPT, Lovable, to then clicking around in your website, making adjustments in Lovable from there. But that process right there will get you to true ideas get you to understand your ideas, get you to understand if there's value, and then get you to go to market to then be like, hey, this is what I'm thinking. Check this out. What do you think about this? Yeah, and then you can get feedback. Hey, if this button does this and this button does this. So where does Lovable fall short? Lovable falls short right now with small tweaks. Like, I think it's good with like taking a large idea and getting you to most of the way and making assumptions like this would be good, this would be good, this would be good. But when it comes to just making small minor adjustments, I think it's easier to code. I think it's easier to code in that space. So that's where Lovable kind of falls short right now. Also with kind of back end functionality. Its front end is strong, but the back end functionality is a little weak at the moment. But for somebody that's getting a prototype, you just want to get to where it's something that you can visually see and show to people. If you're a coder, you would then go from ChatGPT to Lovable to the actual code, right? And then just make those minor adjustments and tweaks there. Make sure you have a strong back end. Make sure you have everything working from a button standpoint. So yeah, that's how you do it in 2025, man. That's the route that I would take when it comes to getting the thoughts out of my head into an actual prototype. ChatGPT, Lovable, code.